sync take. Hey, what's up? It's the video again. You know what a core kid is, right? A core kid is basically somebody who likes... That's what a core kid is. Somebody who likes those core genres. You ever meet a metalhead and they tell you a joke? It's like, how's metal like an apple? You eat everything except the core. Yeah, my delivery of that joke is about as funny as the joke itself. It does no good to kind of ignore how big of an influence metalcore and deathcore have had on heavy metal itself over the past few decades. People like to think that it was a fad and now the mainstream metal scene is just like, oh, we're past that. We're good now. No, we're not. And by we, I mean you guys. I'm not in the metal community. I don't really listen to all that much metal, and the metal that I do listen to is not even really regarded as metal by half the people in the metal scene. Because apparently it all comes down to riffs. Riff. I don't know. I didn't make the rules. Anyways, why am I rambling about metalcore and metal and deathcore and all this? Well, because the subject of today's video is a deathcore band that I honestly kind of forgot all about. But not in the way where I'm like, oh shit, I forgot they existed. It's more in the way like, oh, I forgot what they sounded like. When I first thought Signs of the Swarm, I'm like, oh, they're the ones who made Leech, right? No, that's Angel Maker. Okay, well, weren't they the ones who went like weird, like kawaii metal a few years back? No, that was Within Destruction. Fuck, don't they have that vocalist who has like a really, really low voice and like he wears a mask? No, that's Slaughter to Prevail. Okay, so I give up. Signs of the Swarm was a band that featured insects, but it wasn't Red Means No Mercy. I'm just gonna leave it at that. The main reason I'm doing this is because I honestly ran out of ideas, and the one idea I do have, I really don't feel like doing today. So we're doing this one. This should be a refresher, right? This album was released in August of 2025, so we're still kinda within relevancy. Signs of the Swarm, To Rid Myself of Truth, the album, being pressed play now. All right. What the fuck is the beat? About halfway through so far, not much to complain about. It's kind of confusing so far at certain points. Like, I feel like they're kind of going in some sort of like, not experimental, but like a progressive angle to at least the percussions and like the timing of... I imagine that those parts aren't going to be necessarily what the pit cares about. Freedom to experiment, I guess. All right, here we go. The magic of quantization. Something that kind of got me out of deathcore was the over-reliance on like, I want to say like the cinematic factor, extravagance of the breakdowns. I guess back when I listened to them in like the mid-2010s, they also did kind of the same thing. Not necessarily instrumentally, but more so vocally. There's a lot of vocalist worship in deathcore, but I feel like Signs of the Swarm is one of those bands where vocalist worship is especially prevalent. So you'd think that with their focus on that I'd be like, okay, cool, they still have that vocal presence, but at least they're improving the instrumentals along with it now. There's more on all fronts, which isn't really the case. It really sounds like something that could make the pit go crazy in a live setting, but I really don't feel like the bass is gonna... Or maybe I just need to listen to it with headphones. Maybe I'm not fully converted yet. I see the vision, I'm just not hearing the noise. I also should say that I don't really mind Obscura by Gorguts. I think that's a decent album. I feel like it gets kind of a lot of hate in certain circles pretty unjustly. Why did I mention that? Okay. I'll let you feast your eyes on this score for a little bit. I gotta go walk off and go do something. It serves okay as an opener. I knew what I was expecting going into it. I guess the mixing is pretty nice for the parts where they play these really like eclectic, I want to say polyrhythms, but I don't know if that's the case at first listen anyways. Those points are pretty interesting, I'll give them that. Like, if I ever do revisit this album, hopefully this album goes well enough to where I want to revisit it Oh fuck, I just thought of that. Then I'm gonna pay more attention to those in particular, because those were probably the most interesting moments of the whole song. Breakdown was, yeah, it seems overdone on a first listen, but maybe it's not the right environment. Maybe I need headphones. Maybe I need to be in front of my speakers instead of off to the side. You know, there's a lot of factors and variables that go into this review that might affect my enjoyment of this album. So this is very biased, not subjective, not objective. It's nothing really. So this song is all caps, no spaces. Hell Must Fear Me. At this point, like, make black metal. Clicky kicks are another thing. I don't know if I'm gonna make it through this album. Maybe this isn't it. I forgot, no spaces, no spaces. Maybe the way to enjoy this is to just jump the fuck up, stop thinking, and keep jumping the fuck up, you know? Whereas there were eclectic drum patterns on the first song, this one we also get like really swingy, kind of groovy patterns too. In some ways you could like dance to this song in a non-mosh way. I regard that as a good thing. Like I said before writing, I feel like if this is just enjoyed as like jump the fuck up music, and just not really expecting too much in the way of, it's probably going to get higher scores from here on, so yeah, we'll see. This next song is titled Natural Selection. Okay, I've seen this album be described as like doom metal before, but not like that doom metal. I mean this doom metal. Bunch of syncopated kicks, a lot of different techno sounds interspersed throughout as transitions between guitars, maybe the pinch harmonics, whatever the fuck the terms are called, I don't give a shit. Like yeah, listen to Doom 2016, Eternal, Dark Ages, that's the kind of vibe that we're going for here. Okay, alright, that little transition out of there, that was pretty cool, not gonna lie. I was pretty interested in how that sounded. And really this whole section in general, I mean, I shouldn't have paused, but I mean, I'm my own worst enemy, you know? Oh shit, okay. Bringing some of the new metal in, hell yeah, reppin' Limp Bizkit. Not Fred though. I love it. I love sink drain disposal vocals. Yes. Alright, so far we're halfway through. Like again, look past the cheesiness, look past the deathcore campiness, look past virtually every negative aspect that you can find in and you will find positive aspects somewhere to like. Fuck yeah, bro! Yeah, I won't regret this opinion at all. This won't come back to bite me in the ass later. I know fun when I hear it. This song's fun. It's the blend of influences that they got going on here. Like, it's not just doom metal. Ugh. We really need a better name for it. Wait, we have that? Okay, alright, what is it then? No fucking way. I'm not remembering that. Not just that, there's also new metal, there's some electronics, there's a little bit of hip-hop in there. There's like fun for several crowds. This next song is titled Scars Upon Scars. Alright, so again, pretty decent, enjoyable little ditty from these guys over here in Signs of the Swarm. Partnering exquisite percussive timing along with the guitar strums. Done so wonderfully in a way that when the vocalist comes in with his... Alright, this next song is titled Chariot. Might I just pause the song to say that it felt really good finally being able to actually predict and catch a beat. There's a number of factors that go into this score. Number one, this is great as a workout routine. Man, I'm fucking out of shape. You know, I told myself going into the new year that I'd actually like start exercising more, you know? Because I do irregular exercise, you know? I do like an hour long, maybe hour and a half long walk a few times a week. I'll do like a 2-minute plank here and there throughout either, I want to say like 3 times a week or 2 times a week, something like that. You know, pretty irregular type shit. Nothing that actually burns anything. Anyways, I digress. So beginning of the year, right? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna work out more. And now maybe I should just react to more deathcore from here on out. Just start dancing. It doesn't even matter if I like it or not. But anyways, as for the song Chariot, you know what? I'm having an epiphany right now. I'm having an epiphany that maybe, just maybe, I shouldn't be having this much fun. You know, maybe I shouldn't exercise. Maybe these videos would be better if I just like had a heart attack. Chariot's another one of those things where it's like generally all right. To call it filler would be kind of an insult. So I would say padding is more of like a gentle protective term. Alright, this next song is called Clouded Retinas and it features Will Ramos. It's a guest vocalist appearance. Hold up, let's back that up a bit. I wonder if that was the riff that I thought I heard. It almost sounds like Anaconda. Come on, final drop. Come on, final drop. You can do it. Come on, breakdown. Fucking shit, dude. Minor complaint because it's a stylistic choice, but god damn it, I just want to bob my head up and down to a tempo, and it keeps changing the fucking tempo. When will you learn that your breakdowns have consequences? Those consequences being like 200 people fucking scattering and doing whatever because they're like, fuck, I don't know where to stop, I don't know when to stop, my legs! This is like the... I don't know if you hear that. This is like the Bohemian Rhapsody of deathcore, and like in kind of the worst way. But hey, the song's over. You're probably wondering why I'm not grading this on a certain rubric when it comes to the genre itself. It's really clear that the feature is the main selling point of the song, and to just hear it be relegated to the very end of the song and have it be so brief, it just feels kind of cheap in a way. For the past few songs I've been writing solely off of vibes alone, but now I'm starting to get bored, and the fact that one of the biggest features on this album has been not even something that batted my eye relative to like one of the instrumental moments. I don't know if that's a good sign. Alright, this next song is titled Iron Sacrament featuring Phil Bozeman. We'll see how this song goes. Okay. Hold up. Okay, I'm getting a call. Hold on. Hello.
Hello, Drew. This is Jason from the Center of Applications for Reviewing Albums. I just wanted to talk to you and touch base on a few things real quick. First, it looks like that your application to review the Signs of the Swarm album to rid myself of truth is going pretty well so far in the verification and approval process. We just noticed that there was a box checked for viewer request, and via your intercepted chat logs and wiretaps, we didn't actually notice any sort of viewer request for this album specifically. Now, the good news is that it actually isn't far off from the one you're supposed to be reviewing. The one you're supposed to be reviewing is Amongst the Low and Empty, which is released in 2023. So the sooner you can get on that one, the better. We don't know if you've already started making a video for this Rid Myself of Truth, but I would recommend canceling that now if you could. Anyways, have a good day.
Anyways, let's blast beats. What would we do without blast beats? Okay, that's alright, that is the song. Hell yeah, bro. I love the sub-bass drum. It's my favorite part of the kit. God, this song has more tempo change-ups than me in bed. This is why I said they should have just been making black metal. At least if they were doing straight blast beats, it'd be something I'd forgive. But the moments where they do straight blast beats is something that I don't really care for, because the eclectic drum moments are too interesting for that, and the jump the fuck up swinging beats are too fun for that. So... Alright, it's at this point where I'm starting to get actually a little bit tired. Not physically, I mean listening to this album. I feel like it's kind of played all its cards. We have 3 songs left after this point. Not too much of a bad thing to say that this is the point where they played all of their aforementioned cards. But you gotta wonder, 3 songs left, and we've been on a string of 1, 2, 3, 4 songs so far that have steadily been transitioning out of album padding track territory to album filler track territory. Vocals get low, I get it. Guitars get low, I get it. Bass gets low, I get it. Drums hit hard, I get it. Breakdown as a whole is fire, I get it. Can we like kind of have moments where I'm either like,
holy shit, they really outdid themselves right here,
or
holy shit, this is so fucking terrible, kill me now?
I don't want to go numb again. And speaking of going numb again, this next song is titled Forcing to Forget. Why is it playing on my phone? Alright. I'm not going to say any line about learning lessons, but I'm just going to say that in my personal taste, I don't find clean vocals very appealing in a genre that focuses so much on harsh, heavy, and brutal. But that's my personal opinion. You're not allowed to hate on it, but that's my personal opinion. Yeah, so far the impressions that I'm getting of it are that it's actually somewhat of a lighter song overall in this album. No. Yeah, no, that's not it. I'm sorry. Alright, that's the end of the song, right? No, we're halfway through. Even though it takes a musical direction that I'm not necessarily too much of a fan of, it's still a change-up. We've gone from like brutal as fuck, jump the fuck up deathcore, to something a bit more lighter, more like melodic metalcore oriented, while still retaining a lot of the deathcore chung 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 guitars. What it is, I'm not necessarily that big of a fan of. It's what it does for the album's flow, you know? Okay. I gave the rest of the song a chance to kind of like simmer and set with me, and you know, after saying what I said and thinking about, oh, I'm not even on camera. After thinking about, I'm actually more inclined to give this one a revisit when I do, if I do revisit the album. I want to amend whatever attitude I had initially. This isn't actually that bad. Like, I'm not crazy about the song itself, but considering the 4 songs that came before it and the downhill trend that they were going in, it's nice to kind of jump back up a little bit. Am I going to be disappointed, or is this actually going to turn out to be like another upturn? We're off to a good start so far. This song is called Sarkazein. We're going into Gent. Alright, I guess we've already been in Gent, haven't we? Yeah, I'm bouncing, but it's not necessarily out of enjoyment. It's just because I need to get my heart rate up. I need to get that cardio in. Yeah, we're kind of back into this, we're back in filler territory. I'll let the rest of the song play out. If there's anything that piques my interest, I'll pause it. Wow, drop's about to be brutal as fuck. What the fuck was that? What? Alright, no, we're not letting that slide. We have reached the point where the guitars have become laser guns. Yes, this sounds interesting as fuck, but holy shit, why did you put it near the end of the album? Sorry, but 10 seconds of a 4-minute, 26-second song does not make difference good. Consider it this way, that's the one point of interest that made me rewind. And with that being said, that's probably the one point where I would like skip to in the song to like show somebody. To just be like, hey, look what they did with the guitars. Once again, I feel like my listening environment is not really doing me much justice when it comes to the first listen to this, so yes, I will revisit this album. Explicitly saying I will revisit this album. Not saying we're gonna re-review it, but, you know, maybe when I upload this, this will just be a lie. Anyways, what was I saying? The next song is titled Fear and Judgment, featuring 156 Silence and Prison. 156 Silence is another band, Prison is another band. Deathcore super collab, let's fucking go. Man, I remember when Slam Worldwide used to upload these sorts of things with collabs between different deathcore artists. Sometimes it was like multiple one-man bands, sometimes it was just multiple bands just joining together for one big fucking powwow. Those moments were hype, man. Let's see what this one does. Can we just not do this anymore? We have Rings of Saturn at home. Holy shit, that was actually kind of fun. Pretty clear just from how this song sounds. Sarkazein had that sort of enthusiasm. You could tell that they were putting more effort into that one as well. But Fear and Judgment kind of returns to throwing everything full frontal, kind of in the same way that made Natural Selection good. Funny enough, the final breakdown where they kind of strip things back and make things more simpler but harder hitting, that honestly worked. It managed to be more brutal than like over half the breakdowns on this album. Does it still suffer from the same complaints that I had for the previous filler tracks? Yeah, there's definitely elements that remain of those, but at least those are more ignorable given the more positive aspects of the song that I described prior. You know, make of it what you will when you listen to it. When you listen to it. Motherfuckers, I'm doing this for a video. You should be able to form your own opinions afterwards. Don't take your impression of this album from me. Alright, we are on to the last song now, titled Creator. Alright. Alright. Not alright. It's been big vibes. We've been having fun with this album, but like all things, it comes to an end. Looking back on all of this, I really don't have anything right now that I'm having second thoughts on. Yeah, all in all, this was kind of better than I was expecting, but at the same time, what I was expecting was pretty much exactly what I got. Many deathcore isms, many gent isms, many argent metal isms are all at play here, but there are also a few other things thrown in from track to track that actually, you know, changes things up every once in a while. I would say the middle of the album drags a bit, definitely, but in terms of what's being shown on this album, there's a good mix of filler, padding, and standout moments altogether. The moments where most emphasis is given, they tend to land more often than not, and the moments where it doesn't necessarily land in terms of, like, let's say guest vocalist features for one, they don't suck too hard. Maybe that's a good thing in terms of enjoyment, but in terms of entertainment, I wouldn't say that's a good thing. Maybe the secret to just liking music that you don't like is give it a listen and just jump. Get your heart rate up. Maybe that'll do something for you. But until next time... Oh shit, I almost forgot. The riffs were okay.